Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic that we have for us this week, I do like to quickly say if you'd like to know one or two things about this community, you can find it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you like to check out the books or the resources on the webpage as your part of life journey development, you will find amazing and inspiring books that the members of the community have read and have made their own submission in terms of review and what the books have done to them. And if you like to reach out to me one way or the other, you can also do that through the community website where you can say contact me and I will try and get back to you within the reasonable time. And if you like to sign up to be a member as well or like to get the article weekly that we push out, you can just submit your email and every time we push the article out, you will be one of the people on the waiting on the list that will receive the notification for that. So let's dive in. So the topic we will be looking at this week is what we call higher emotional intelligence, the true meaning of freedom and personal responsibility. If you're regular on this podcast, you will know that before we dive into any of our message, we like to take one individual quote and build our message around it. Today, we'll be taking from one of Pan-Africanists, Nelson Mandela. So he put it this way: for to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedoms of others. So, the true freedom begins in the mind. It is the ability to think independently while recognizing that everything in the universe is interconnected. Just as the planet depends on the sun's gravity to maintain balance while remaining distinct entities, we too exist in a state of both interdependence and individuality. And these are the message that sometimes we forgot, especially in a couple relationship where we mesh with each other. Also in life, where we let our focus go, we've been driven by other people's dreams, and when we are not meet up, comparing ourselves and comparing ourselves with the others, it creates a lot of anxiousness and worry into the mind. But what happens when we get into the realm of higher intelligence? We begin to exercise more freedom. Freedom is often misunderstood. Many people pursue a version of freedom that is free from obligations, consequences, or accountability. Popular culture and mainstream media frequently reinforce this idea, portraying freedom as doing whatever you want, whenever you want. However, authentic freedom is something much deeper. It is rooted in courage, responsibility, and respect. It allows us to make our own choices while honoring the right of others to do the same. Genuine freedom never seeks to manipulate, control, or diminish another person's ability to think, feel, choose, or grow. And today, the kind of freedom that's so averse, so common, is the freedom of making decision, do whatever you want without worrying about the consequences or being accountable for why you're doing it. Who does that affect? But the true kind of genuine freedom that this message is trying to portray is the freedom that comes from not to manipulate others, controlling or diminish another person's ability to think, feel, choose, or grow. And if you look around you, even from far or in the media, in social media, in the books, many people avoid the very responsibility that comes with freedom. This is especially evident in relationships where individuals sometimes confuse attachment, dependency, or control with love and commitment. So, you may ask me, what does a truly free person look like? And let me quickly get through some of the traits that I put together for a genuine free person, and you will find in a genuine truly free person. Number one, they make decisions and accept responsibility. People who embody authentic freedom make decisions that align with their values and ethical principles. They do not manipulate or control others to achieve their goals. Instead, they accept responsibility for the outcomes of their choices. That takes us to number two. They are comfortable saying no. A person who values freedom understands the importance of healthy boundaries. Saying no is not an act of selfishness, but an expression of integrity. They remain true to themselves while respecting others. And number three, they respect the freedom of others. Those who cherish their own freedom do not seek to limit someone else. They encourage others to think independently, make their own choices, and learn from their experiences. Real freedom creates space for everyone to evolve. How can you develop these traits? Developing authentic freedom begins with personal accountability. Take ownership of your actions, your thoughts, and your behavior. Reflect honestly on the consequences of your decisions and learn from both your successes and your mistakes. When you stop blaming circumstances or other people, you gain control over your life. That is where genuine freedom begins. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, it is the willingness to embrace it with courage, integrity, and compassion. So the question is, how do you develop the traits of genuine freedom. How can you develop these traits that are listed above? Developing authentic freedom begins with personal accountability, which is where you meet a lot of people. A lot of people blame other people's circumstances to things that they contributed to. And one thing I've noticed, I observe with people with higher intelligence, they are very good in taking accountability for their actions. They are accountable for their action. So you need to also know how to take ownership of your actions, your thoughts, and your behavior. Reflect honestly on the consequences of your decisions and learn from both your successes and your mistakes. So, when you stop blaming circumstances or other people, you gain control over your life. That is where genuine freedom begins. Freedom is not the absence of responsibility, it is the willingness to embrace it with courage, integrity, and compassion. The higher your emotional intelligence, the more you realize that true freedom is not about controlling your environment. It's about mastering yourself while empowering others to do the same. I hope this message helps someone. Until we meet again, please stay safe and have a wonderful time. Thank you for your time.